it's not even an experiment. It's a pragmatic thing to do.
Right.
And I'm glad that the OTTs agreed and we sat together, and it was not a negotiation, it's a plan.
Wow.
Which maybe others could follow, and it'll make the industry healthy. And we are glad that we were the first to be there, to avail of that opportunity. First impression is that I know him as a friend living in the same area. We didn't know. I didn't even know that he belonged to a film family. He was a person, and I liked the way he spoke. We became friends, and we had a group of friends. We were talking only cinema, no gossip, and that's where it started. And all of the films you mentioned, we all know about it, including when we were doing Nayakan in, I think, in Kolaba. And Ramesh Sippy Saab was shooting in Film City. Okay. So we had some shots in Film City. So we all went to see the shooting of Mr. Ramesh Sippy. We are ultimately, the qualification that brought us here is that, like you, we are fans, film buffs. That's what brought us here. We'll go to any set to watch anybody work, especially those who we consider as talented. We'd like to watch them work. And that's what we did.
Wow.
No, strangely, I remember when he was planning Sadma in Tamil, and I think this is a story that I've heard, so that is what etched in my mind, that when he heard the narration and he came back, he enacted that scene in this compound to tell them what the scene was, you know. I mean, so that's the kind of person he was, and I was lucky that I could, before I got into it, or just when I was trying to get into it, to be able to interact with him. So I knew, you know, there was somebody who's making a big path for all of us to come in, and that's what he's done.
I'm going to pretty much second what the both of them said. Dreams come true, but for me, repeatedly, because I've worked individually with all of them in different films. So it's a surreal moment. And like Ashok said, it's so lovely not just to film, but to also share this whole journey of traveling together, promoting, spending so much time talking to them. You learn so much about cinema. Every day feels like a school of sorts.
Right.
This was very different for me because I still remember when I first walked into Mani sir's office and he narrated a little line about the character. He said, I need you to unlearn everything that you did in PS.
Yes.
It's a complete extreme contrast of that kind of a role. So it was very challenging because I was a little, what's the right word, maybe weary about would I suit this character or not. And so we worked a lot on that, and I'm very excited about it.
I was preparing some gangster tunes. No, actually we were experimenting on various palette of melodies, and so the first lullaby, which is here on the trailer, that came in, and there's one very haunting voice which comes. I don't know what language it is, but that gave a very unique feel, and he really loved it.